Um, Today I was working on creating Shrek's waistcoat, uh, mostly focusing on making the texture to goes on top. Now, to do this, I used two different methods. The first was very similar to quilting, just using some wadding and sandwiching it between the lining and the second layer of fabric and sewing around it to create lumps of varying shapes and sizes, like this here, and as you can see it's all around it is smooth. And then I used a second method to see if I liked it, and which I liked better, which was to put the wadding on top and then put another piece of fabric over the top and sew around it. With the second method I achieved a lot more texture with the edges, and I could put more stitching on it in a kind of in varying patterns, which I really liked. But with that method, the wadding at times I didn't catch all because you can't see it, and sometimes near the edges it goes so flat you can't feel it with your machine. So it's quite easy to leave it open and exposed, like here, which is definitely a downside. With the first method of doing it like quilting, one thing I didn't like about that is it shows up more on the other side than the top side, which is quite annoying and a bit frustrating because I don't want to stuff it too far because it'll just spread out. Um, but with this method, you don't have to worry about any of the wadding becoming visible. So all in all, I'd say they're pretty much on a level as in terms of goodness and in terms of the effect. So because of that, I decided that actually I would just use both methods. Now with this one you can see it's quite flappy, that's because it's not finished yet. But when disregarding that and looking at that, I quite like how it looks with a combination of all of them. So this one is a flat one. It has no outside, which you can probably tell. And this one, which does have the piece of fabric over the top, what is interesting is it looks like it comes out further, whereas this one is tidier, but this one is more pronounced, which I like. So I am going to continue to put more of these on. I have taken it home so I can work on it over half term. So hopefully I will get this piece done. I would like to aim to get this piece done by the end of this week so that when I go back in I can finish the rest. And I'm going to do some research into different methods of making texture in textiles using machine and wadding, and see if I can gain any inspiration or better techniques from that.